That means,
She is the one.
all right. Then we'll call the meeting to order, and I got 1, 2, 5, and a new alternate.
Right.
You won't be voting this round, but you can certainly speak your piece. Forum, we did that. Approval of minutes, July 24, 2023.
This one, minor mistake spelling the first reading. Which is incorrect at the beginning, but correct at the end.
So you want to nail it down?
It's with a U and no O.
Oh.
And I am correct, right? Yeah.
All right, anything other than spelling correction?
I move we accept the minutes of July 24th as amended.
Second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, say nay. Old business. Land use ordinance none, building review ordinance, town of Brattleboro, map 17, lot 17D, application MD 0123, 01-23. Construct a new 4,500 square foot health center building adjacent to an existing municipal building on town property. We had a site review, did we not?
Yes,
And everything checked out okay according to the paperwork.
all setbacks from that. Roger, your name's on there.
I see that, but
And
I
I
apologize.
crossed, well, no, I crossed it out, but apparently it still showed up on the copy, but I already had it filled out when
I see a line through it.
I.
I see a line through it. Okay, is that all we were waiting on?
No, letters to MERS. Groundwater protection there and emergency services.
Yep, we mailed those certified, addressed to town office, and Janet received them as well as to the school at their offices. So we have mail by certified mail those letter requests. So that's the obligation under the ordinance, is to submit requests for comment.
We should have let you off the school, that was.
It's a complete application this way, so.
Yeah.
And I can attest to it because I put all the letters in people's boxes out there, so. They were here.
And one to John Kerr.
Yep, groundwater protection got us that, yeah, pretty much everybody got.
What was the letter? I'm sorry.
There's a requirement under chapter 125, or chapter 45, excuse me, to, after receiving a dated receipt that our application was accepted, that we write to the town manager, the fire chief, the groundwater protection committee, the school, that the project's afoot and inviting comment.
Okay.
So we've done that in the form required by certified mail.
There was also a question that came up about the residents of the place, and we got this memo. Is this memo gonna be enough for our records, or do we need to go somewhere else?
Well, see, why not? You haven't. Be fine with me.
I think, I'm still confused about that, on the land use application, it says, number of bedrooms is not applicable.
Right. It doesn't really count as a residence, it's more like a, I guess,
Crash pad.
a bunk. Yeah, pretty much, for visiting.
It's part of the facility.
Yeah,
They need to have it, because they have to
Visiting
have
healthcare
a
providers.
visiting doctor stay overnight.
Yeah.
It's just part of the facility.
Right.
Okay.
It's not a house.
We have to make certain concessions like that because of where we live.
Yeah, but it has a bathroom and
kitchenette.
kitchen and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, bathroom, kitchenette. And a bedroom, but it is not for you to live in, it's for somebody that's coming over to,
Yeah,
as a healthcare
it's
worker.
not gonna be rented out or anything like that. It's just,
Not a
Yeah.
Dwelling unit.
permanent resident.
So maybe, do we make a motion? This, that this is considered not a dwelling unit?
Yeah, because anybody, if town of Islesboro, somebody down the road decides to sell this building, sell that building, somebody's gonna have to go through a change of land, change of use.
Yeah.
In order to do any of that. So, we had talked about it, and my question was, is this good enough for us, or do we want to put some kind of a stipulation that it's not a residence and on the
do that.
We do?
Oh, I
That
don't
is how
know,
you
which
were-
way do a
Well, I don't know,
motion?
you could argue the point, because if it's a dwelling, doesn't somebody live? If somebody stays overnight, aren't they living in there?
Permanent dwelling?
What happened with the apartment upstairs?
Mhm.
Because that's the same thing.
It's the same thing, yeah, I'd have to go back and look for when all that was done, but I don't believe that was
Been an issue.
been an issue, no,
Well,
And
it's not really an issue, it's just
no.
having the,
And I think the letter that you've got there, as long as that's in
I
the
wonder,
files.
I wonder if Gil's not making a valid point by when some other people that come forward wanting to put a little shack up on their house,
Mhm.
not call it a dwelling unit, but somebody who's gonna be living there.
Right,
But just like that bedroom we did years back with, what's his name, the plumber,
Hmm.
if you remember that case.
All right, so,
Bedroom, not a, then he didn't say it was a dwelling unit. So it's basically the same thing that we're talking about here.
so how do we make it work?
That's a good question.
Maybe make it, as you say, a condition that this is not considered a dwelling unit.
That's fine with me, I mean, that's not my do.
Used for staff and.
temporary staff and everything.
Yeah.
Actually, if we define it further, like
That's fine.
temporary staff housing.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We good with that? No problem there?
Sure.
Okay, so. Where does that come into play? That comes into play when we
Goes to,
go through approval, right?
yeah.
And it may help you to cite your definition in the ordinance.
I'm sorry?
It might help you to cite your definition in the
Oh,
ordinance.
absolutely.
of dwelling
I'm
unit.
all about chapter and verse.
Yeah, so because it relates to used as a living quarters for only one family, so I don't think that, we're anywhere near the definition of dwelling unit per the ordinance.
Oh, I see. For the needle.
Oh, and, a correction on the land use application, we voted it is not resource protection district.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, maybe what we should do going back to the thing is just make a motion that this does not meet the definition of a residential dwelling unit.
I don't have my book in front of me.
I
so-
know, I'm trying to. Dwelling units, is it right? Oh, we had the worst time with this thing.
Oh, it's
I
not.
think he's got the ordinance right in front of him.
You what?
Bill's got the ordinance right in front of him here. if you want
You know,
Would you like it or are you okay?
No, he's
What's
not.
what's the
What?
number?
It's page 12541. It's
125,
or it's section 12541, excuse me, under definitions.
dwelling unit is a room or group of rooms designed and equipped or used as living quarters for only one family. So why don't we just make a motion that does not meet the definition of dwelling unit for the ordinance, and we can cite the dwelling unit definition. And then we can make it more worried about the condition, we can include it as a condition.
Okay.
Okay. So you see it, Carrie, where we're saying it?
Mhm.
I make a motion that, the apartments in the proposed new health center does not meet the definition of dwelling unit in section, in chapter 45-130, which cites a room or a group of rooms designed and equipped or used as living quarters for only one family. As this will only house staff.
Anybody for a second?
Second.
Any discussion on the matter? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, say nay. Right. Going back to, you're gonna need that book out still. Cause I don't have it.
Yeah, they have provided.
I don't have that copy either, so maybe you share that one. That happens to be sitting on my table because I rushed over here.
Oh, there's a copy in the green folder.
Whatever it is, I'm sure.
Oh, you can take Wendy's copy.
But I don't,
You got it.
Oh, no, no, all right.
because now we're at, unless there's anything else further, is the application complete?
Already,
Is it support or, and then there's the findings of fact that we have to
well,
create.
and then there's the questions we have here also, I guess. Maybe just ask them about, you had brought up the traffic flow in the parking lot.
Yeah, that doesn't, I don't think that has anything pertaining to the application itself, it's just,
Okay, wait until afterwards and talk about it.
yeah,
They've modified it, so,
I really don't think that traffic flow has anything to do with the application. I could be wrong, I reserve the right to be wrong, but you think it does?
proceed.
But yeah, they said
Pedestrians.
they didn't know which way it was gonna go yet and how they were gonna park.
Yeah,
That's why you asked the question.
They had diagrams for parking.
Right, but they still weren't sure, if I remember right.
Maybe-
Yeah, and so we resubmitted a sheet today of the C1 site plan that establishes that one way
Yeah.
internal circulation and modifies the parking to reflect that circulation. So that's it submitted to you today based on your information and instruction from the committee.
yeah, so it's dying with parking.
So,
Oh, okay.
So it's one way circulation.
correct.
One way with angled parking. I think it's gonna work nice. Yeah, because the only way you're gonna keep people going that way is to angle it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
And you'll still have some that'll fight. Oh, but it's old habits, die hard.
Is it the same number of parking spaces?
It reduces by 3 in front of the town hall.
Right, would too.
There's a lot of people that park there now that come into the health center, they will be gravitating that way to closer to the health center anyway, so.
Okay.
So
I think everybody's gonna
if
be
there's
happy.
a fire or ambulance call, everybody from that will be parking, have to find a parking spot there somewhere, even if the parking lot's full.
Has that ever been a problem?
I'm not sure, well, you never know. I just ask, I mean,
Well, they've added those 8 spaces along the access to the creek.
I think that it's not, even if the parking lot is full, they're gonna find a place to park.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be a rare day that it's actually full, especially with these ones that they're putting in.
I think so too, yeah. But still, I had to ask.
One way or another, that ambulance is leaving the barn.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if you're gonna move somebody's vehicle to get theirs out.
So, and Bill, I understand in addition to the parking, you have another plan showing lighting and all sorts of information. on-
Correct. The site electrical engineer, Bennett Engineering, has provided an electrical site plan that shows the photometric plan of the proposed additional lights on the property. So they've annotated in their plan notes the fixtures and their essentially relative performance. The information is provided to you in all these spot locations and numerical values or foot candles projected on the ground surface.
Wow.
Can you decipher, are these all, kind of downward shielded
Correct.
downward?
So with that, there's a fairly thick set of product cut sheets for the
Yeah.
lighting and their cutoff fixtures. Yeah, so we provided them the entirety of the chapter 45 requirements on lighting, and they've selected these fixtures on that basis.
It's very thorough.
Can I just ask a procedure question here? Procedure in the sense of, should we note for the minutes that they have submitted a new site plan?
Yeah,
I mean, there's two in front of us now, the old one and the new one. I think we just update the minutes to say that this is the site plan. It looks a little different. This is dated 7/21,
okay, the new one is 7/27.
7/20.
Actually, we have a third revision up in the revision block.
You do?
Yeah. August 7th.
August 7th, sorry, I was looking down there.
Not a
Okay,
problem.
anyway,
Yeah,
I note that there's a revised site plan, revised August 7th.
Yeah.
Okay.
No worries.
So then no one in the future would ever get confused about what that we accepted.
Does that have to get voted on, or is that just,
I think just.
we can just say on this date,
Yeah.
the parking plan or what have you is,
Yeah, that, it just needs to be in the minutes.
I think it should be in the minutes.
yeah, all right. So let it be written.
Second.
So let it be written.
That's
So let it be, so let it be.
That's our child. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
before we jump ahead to where I was thinking about, complete or anything like that, because it's not complete till we do a findings of fact anyway, right?
Well, no, it's part, we first determined if it's a complete application.
Okay,
That's
And I
just
think
the
it is.
application.
Yeah,
then we do all that.
yeah, yeah.
All right,
And we already voted on the public hearing.
yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. So I'll make a motion, the application complete.
Second,
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Okay, it's complete. We can't approve it until we do a findings,
Yeah.
criteria of approval.
And we, well, we want to go through the
thing, with the mission,
Yeah. Is that in this package? The criteria of approval?
On chapter 45, yes. So that was what was initially submitted. It was under our cover dated July 14th.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, it's going to, after the color photos and everything.
All right, criteria of approval. 45-19. We're there yet? Will not result in undue water or air pollution. In making this determination, the board shall at least consider all these other things, elevation, nature of soils, and slope of the land. It says, provision is met by the siting of new facility above floodplain with adequate soils on the property to support waste disposal. One thing I'd like to add to that, and if it's not, if maybe it's even in here someplace else. I think when we were talking about doing a helipad out there, we wanted to make sure we had silt fence down around the bottom of the hill.
That is depicted on the plan.
I'm sorry,
That is depicted on the plan.
that is a picture.
And I think it may be a statement portion. It's a letter with Garden endorsing it in the beginning.
I think I misstated the date, but it's July 18th, I believe, is the date of the letter.
You made a copy of that later. Didn't I give it to her? Fill out them. You may have put it on your desk. Oh, that might be.
Would you like mine to copy?
Oh, here it is. Yeah, no, being a new member, we didn't have everything before her.
Get thrown in the deep end.
Well, this is just a really great compilation that the applicant has put together. And
Yeah,
see this ever around.
Could use it as an example.
Yeah, we are gonna see,
Okay. I'm having difficulty on hearing today, so
We got,
are we okay to continue on with A?
Yeah,
And is everybody okay with the ruling on A? Criteria is met.
yes,
yeah.
Okay, B, sufficient quantity or quality of water available for reasonable foreseeable needs of the proposed subdivision development. A new well is proposed to support the existing building. Record data, the existing well from the state indicates the existing well has a reported developed capacity of 25 gallons per minute. This indicates adequate water supply for the municipal uses plan. So not only do we have an existing well that will cover the situation, we've got a potential for a second well if necessary. Meets standard?
Yeah.
yeah, you want, do we vote on each one of these?
I'm sorry?
We don't vote on each one of these,
Don't have to, I mean,
all right, okay,
as long as we're,
as long as we.
as long as we're in agreement, and if we're not in agreement, we can either discuss it or we can vote on it.
All right, okay,
And if you're not in agreement, speak up, because I can't hear very well. C, will not cause unreasonable burden on existing water supply if one is to be utilized, as noted, new well proposed with sufficient separation between wells. Meet standard, yes?
Yeah.
All right, will not cause unreasonable soil erosion or reduction in the capacity of the land to hold water so that a dangerous, unhealthy condition may result. During construction, after construction, disturbed soils will be stabilized, minimize potential for erosion and sediment control measures, or there it is right there. Proposed that comply with Maine DEP erosion. So I would say we meet, standards there.
Mhm.
Okay, will not cause unreasonable public or private road congestion or unsafe conditions with respect to use of public roads, private roads, existing or proposed, including parking at Grindle Point. This proposed facility is not anticipated to create additional trips to the property as it replaces existing operations on the property. I agree with that. And with this change of flow on everything, I know it's gonna be something for everybody to get used to, but I think it is gonna make it so much better. I would like to see the same thing at the dump, actually. It's,
Don't get me started on that.
So that meets standards.
meet standards. F, will provide adequate solid and sewage waste disposal. Solid waste will be stored at facility and designated location before periodic removal to the transfer station as occurs with the current practice. Okay, they're already doing all this. Wastewater piped into the septic system, so F meets standards.
Yeah.
G, will not cause an unreasonable burden on the ability of the town to dispose of solid waste sewage if municipal services are to be utilized. It's presently doing what it's doing, it's just gonna be a different location now, is that correct? So meet standards. H, will not have an undue adverse effect on the scenic or natural beauty of the area, aesthetics, historic sites, rare and irreplaceable natural areas, or any public rights for physical or visual access to the shoreline. If the development is at the rear of the existing improvements on the town property, including the town offices. It will be aesthetically pleasing building and will not have adverse visual effects. Meet standards and aesthetically pleasing building, I guess, could be determined by somebody's version of what's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, right, that's perhaps that.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, right. Bit debatable, whatever.
We covered it, yes?
Yep.
Meet standard. All right, is in conformance with this chapter, other applicable local ordinances, state and federal laws, regulations, town's comprehensive plan, development plan, master land use plan, if any. Project conforms with,
Yeah, typo there. The plan as it assists in meeting public health objectives.
of the reference ordinances, yes, as applicable. Okay, meet standards.
Yes.
All right, will not create adverse, J, will not create adverse fiscal impact upon the municipality's ability to provide or improve necessary public facilities and services, including transportation and parking. The project is a public facility and service for which the town has identified the project need and allocated funding. The operation of the facility will not create an adverse impact on the town's ability to provide or, meet standards.
Yeah,
K, will not alone or in conjunction with existing activities adversely affect the quality or quantity of groundwater. Answer to that is the project will cause no adverse discharge to groundwater and will not adversely affect the quantity, of groundwater by additional withdrawal. Meet standards.
Mhm.
All right, L, will not unreasonably interfere with access to direct sunlight or solar energy. It's 21 feet tall, sited 50 feet westerly of town office, which is equipped with solar panels. It will not unreasonably interfere with the access to direct sunlight or solar energy. Or I would say meet standards there. Agreed? M, will not adversely affect the quality of the body of water or unreasonably affect the shoreline of that body of water whenever situated in whole or part within 250 feet of any pond, lake, stream, tidal waters. Project design will result in a stable ground cover, providing that it will not adversely affect stream water quality. And we'll say meet standards. Now, that's not on here, is down at the bottom of our book here. It goes into flood zone or something.
That's not in there.
That's not on there.
That's, not applicable, it's not in a flood zone.
Right. Okay, so that's 45-20. Flood hazard areas, and we know it's not in the flood zone, so we can say that meets standards. And then what is the other one?
No.
Financial and technical
I
capacity.
think flood hazard is not applicable.
Right, yeah.
And then the next one is financial and technical capacity. And we can say meet standards for that, yeah?
Meets standards because money's been appropriated.
Yeah, money for we can vote it on.
Now that has to get written up and we have to sign it. And
Should these be in our, when you write them up, Carrie, their reasoning?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Sure.
yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I should just copy all that into the official document.
Yeah.
I think so.
Because normally it's just comply, the doesn't comply. I mean, but that's over and above.
Give a reason.
Yeah,
Easily.
okay. So that's happening there. The only thing that I can think of that's next, if I remember correctly, is table it for signing of the findings of fact, and then go from there, right?
Then we approve it.
All right, I make a motion, we table, or, application MD 01-23, for finalization of criteria for approval. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, say nay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, what do we have next? New business, land use none. Development review, town of Brownsville, map 34/6, permit MD 0 safety garage, site review and revised plan. Yes. Yes.
They're discussing how to take the garage.
You need a minute?
No, I think we just.
Pete, they're presenting a new site plan.
No,
You have the site plan now.
I didn't bring anything I didn't know before the board, no.
Okay. The Up Island has not been staked yet. If you have that done by Thursday,
So,
Up Island Public Safety Garage.
It's not state?
No,
It will be.
No, it will solve four stakes.
right. Those are not the right stakes.
Don't pay attention to those.
They look good to me.
I'll let you know when it's.
these are not the stakes you're looking for.
The old ones.
And we will submit a new site plan along
Oh, okay.
this week.
Okay,
And
in preparation for another site review, correct?
yes,
So do we need to table it till we get those, or?
Right.
Yeah,
Cause I think that's.
oh, you've given a permit for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You're just amending the permit, so
Right.
really you don't have to do anything until we have submitted the new
Yeah.
information.
Once they submit the new site plan, then you can schedule a site review.
Yeah, okay.
Did you speak to the person who owns the road? Or right of
Town
way?
roads are done,
What? Yeah,
right?
But I
Yes,
thought we
town
had
owns
the
the
site
road.
plan.
the
town,
town.
yeah, the town owns it.
Isn't this a site
Oh,
plan
and-
here?
Yeah, but it's gonna be revised, he said.
The building is,
It's gonna be revised.
This one is should be again.
Is that number 6?
Yeah, it's option.
Yes,
number
option
six.
six.
Then that is
Option,
the plan.
option 6 is being formalized for submission.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's quite not quite ready for prime time, that particular one. No, there's no engineers.
Apparently you have an advanced copy.
Educational purposes only.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Oh.
Kind of like an inside track.
Oh, I thought that the junkyard.
This is a
was
preview.
Privately owned.
No, it was,
No,
people are using it. Good at the easements, but that's all right.
Yeah,
All right.
the nickel tour of that is the town owns the property and no one has rights of way over it.
Oh,
Wow.
So being as we don't need to do anything about this at this time,
Right.
we
let's,
we don't need to table it.
we don't,
No,
Oh.
We don't have to take nothing, just.
yeah,
it's just informational.
Drawn it from
purposes
our
only.
agenda.
we can,
Oh.
yeah,
Smoking mirrors.
Okay.
right.
Okay.
So moving on to other business, and thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome to stick around.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Too many meetings.
CEO report for July.
July was a slow month.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Surprising. Considering what June was like and what August is shaping up to be, then.
a surprise, yeah.
Yeah.
And do we have anybody wishing to address the planning board?
Nobody online?
Gone.
Dave, just, the tree has been cut, so.
Oh, yours? Okay,
The permit is
okay,
done.
good.
Correspondence? We just, no. And committee reports. Anybody want to offer up a committee report? And not hearing any there. I have no additional business other than to welcome our new alternate member. And I'm guessing because you're sitting there, you were sworn in and
Yes.
No, good.
welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Put your learning hat on and do what we do,
Will
learn.
do, yep. And then learn it again. That's right.
And then again,
And again and again.
being as we have a new member on the board, is there any more of those trainings that are flagged that are coming up for what we've been through before, some of those?
The current one is in Presque Isle.
Presque Isle, Presque Isley?
jeez.
That might be a little, but
That's a little
they
bit-
have
Well, you get a lot of money for
They
travel.
haven't
every
quite
couple of
right.
months, they.
Yeah, yeah.
do it.
But we're gonna keep our eyes open for it.
Yeah. I get notices.
I got an email the other day about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they are open, and some of them on web now too.
They are?
Yeah.
AM.
Okay,
So you can
anybody
call
wanna
us,
call
come to
in
the
the
meeting.
meeting?
AM.
I move.
The second.
Yeah.
65.
I move the
There it
meeting
is.
over.
Okay, second.
Any discussion? Carrie's not paying attention, so she doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, she's multitasking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
All right, who made the motion?
I did.
I second.
We're
I
about to
heard
vote.
Uh-huh.
And all in favor? Any opposed?
Very good.
So the one to awards have they get, they had.
So don't get started on the.
Keep it going.